Hello my dear students, welcome to the MS Science Academy. Myself Meenu Srivastav, and today we are going to discuss about the study of morphology, classification, reproduction, replication, cultivation of fungi. Means we are going to discuss about the whole things about the fungi. First thing, the fungi, that name was given by Gaspard Bohin, the scientist which was given fungi name, that is the Gaspard Bohin. The fungi is basically Protista group. Okay, it's not a Protista group. According to the 5 kingdom classification, the 5 kingdom classification was given by Whittaker. In that 5 kingdom classification, we divide the complete whole system is in the 5 kingdom. First is the Monera, second is the Protista, third is the Plantae, fungi and Animalia. These are the 5 kingdom classification which was given by the Whittaker. Previously, the fungi is categorized into the Protista group, but as we have seen, as the scientists have observed, that the fungi has the somewhat differ from the Protista group. That's why they have prepared the separate group, is that the fungi, or we can say that is the Mycota. Okay, the separate group is the Mycota. It is the eukaryotic. Eukaryotic system means the complete system which has the true nuclei system. True nuclei means the nucleus divided, the nucleus is which is surrounded by nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm is present, nucleolus is present, and the pair chromosomes are present. Okay, or we can say the membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, they are also present. Okay, so here it's the eukaryotic system and somewhat differ. It's a Protista, but previously it was kept in the Protista group, but finally it is placed in the separate kingdom, that is the fungi, or we can say Mycota. Okay, it's a heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means for the nourishment it depends on the other system. Now the cell wall, the outermost structure, it is named as the cell wall, and the cell wall is composed with the chitin and the mannan and other polysaccharides. Okay, mannan and other polysaccharide. The chitin is named as the fungal cellulose. This is the good question according to the MCQ pattern. What is the fungal cellulose? The chitin is the fungal cellulose. Okay, it provides the rigidity and the support. Basically, it possesses the true nuclei because the eukaryotic system carry the true nucleus system and having the paired chromosomes. It has the membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles, Golgi apparatus and so on. Okay, according to the 5 kingdom classification, it is placed in the Mycota or the fungi group. The most fungi are obligate or the facultative arrow. Facultative arrow means if they have facility to just grow in the aerobic system as well as in the anaerobic system. But some fungi has the obligate arrow, means then compulsorily needs the aerobic system, means in the oxygen presence is compulsory to cultivate or to grow the fungi. Okay, here the fungi is the generally larger than the most of the bacteria. Okay, and the width is the 1 to 5 micrometer and 5 to 30 micrometer in length. Okay, no flagella, no locomotory organ like the flagella and cilia are absent. Okay, no locomotory organs are present, means they are absent. If we want to know about the fungal structure, they are divided into mainly 2 types, unicellular and multicellular. The unicellular fungus is having only one cell, it's just like yeast. Okay, I think we have studied in the previous classes, in the junior classes, is about the yeast which are studied in the vegetative propagation and so on, different type of the asexual reproduction. You have studied about the yeast. Okay, and here the yeast is the unicellular and the budding is the most simplest system present in the yeast. Okay, second is the multicellular, means the cells are multiple in the number. Okay, according to here, in the multicellular, the cell is divided into 2 types. First is the hypha and second is the mycelium. The hypha is the elongated structure, elongated cell structure, that is the elongated cell structure. Okay, which is the thread-like. Okay, elongated structure which is the thread-like, and it may be septate or aseptate. Suppose the nucleus is present, but maybe it may be separated by the septa, or it may not be separated by the septa. If the septa is present, suppose that if the septa is present between the nucleus, it's known as the septate hypha. But suppose that if the septa is not present, then the hypha is known as the aseptate hypha. Now come to the mycelium. If suppose that many hyphas are mixed or intertwined to each other, okay, many hypha are tangled mass of the hypha is known as the mycelium, okay, or mass of branching intertwined hypha. Okay, means the hypha is intertwined to each other are combinedly known as the mycelium. The mycelium are of two types. First is the vegetative and second is the aerial. The vegetative mycelia, where I will draw here, I will just rub it, and mycelium I will draw here. Okay, the mycelium are of two types. First is the vegetative and second is the aerial. The vegetative mycelia is present vegetative mycelia present below the substratum, below the surface, means they penetrate the supporting medium and absorb the nutrient. Okay, means they penetrate. Suppose this is a surface where the fungi grow, and the vegetative mycelia is penetrate from the surface. Okay, and the aerial mycelium is project outwards. Okay, it's project outwards. Okay, and project above the surface of the mycelium and bear reproductive structure called conidia. On the aerial system, one reproductive structure is present, is named as conidia. Okay, the reproductive structure is present, the name is the conidia. Okay, now come to the classification. According to the classification, we have divided the fungi into two bases. First is the morphological classification and second is the systematic classification. In the morphological classification, we divide the fungi into four groups. First is the yeast, second is the yeast-like fungi, third is the filamentous fungi, that is named also mold, and fourth is the dimorphic fungi. Now come to the systematic classification. In the first group, we will just categorize the Phycomycetes, or named as Zygomycetes. Second is the Ascomycetes, third is the Basidiomycetes, and fourth is the Deuteromycetes. The Deuteromycetes is also named as the fungi imperfecti. Now we will start to study about the yeast, that this morphological classification and the systematic classification. Now come to the classification part, and that morphological classification, as we have studied that in the morphological classification, four classes are there: yeast, yeast-like fungi, dimorphic fungi, and the molds, filamentous fungi. Now come to the first part, that is the yeast. As we know that the yeast is the unicellular fungi, and we have studied that the fungi is the eukaryotic, the same that general characteristic I have written here. Okay, and it's the spherical, oval, or maybe rod shape. The examples I have written here: Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is the bread mold, or you can say it's a baker yeast, you can say. Okay, and in the Cryptococcus neoformans, also named as the also example of the yeast. Okay, cell wall, as we know, it's composed with the chitin, glucan, mannan, and protein, and it's generally 1 to 2 nanometer thick. The cell membrane, it's composed with the protein and lipid. The cell membrane is and the cell membrane name, if you will hear the cell membrane, either it's your membrane, it's my membrane, it's an animal membrane, it's a plant membrane, it's a yeast membrane, it's a fungi cell membrane. It's only composed with the protein and lipid. Okay, cytoplasm is a liquid part, colloidal part. It is composed with the ectoplasm and endoplasm. Means the outer liquid part is known as the ectoplasm, and the inner part is the endoplasm. As it's a eukaryotic, so nucleus is the well defined. It means the nucleus is surrounded by the nuclear membrane, and the nucleolus is present inside the nucleus, and the paired chromosomes are present. Here the mitochondria is the energy production site, it's a respiratory site, and it produces the energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, these are the general characteristics which we have seen in the either plant cell, or if you have studied in the 12th class biology, so you can write in easy way. Centrosome is a rigid structure which contain the acidic stain. Okay, the centrosome is always attached with the nuclear membrane, and it help in the reproduction like budding, like copulation, and the meiosis, cell division. The vacuole is contain a solution. Solution is known as the volutin. The yeast, I have drawn one diagram for the yeast. Its outer structure is the cell wall, inner there is the cell membrane, and nucleus, vacuole, centrosome, mitochondria, lipid, means it's a complete eukaryotic cell you can draw. Okay, so the example is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae and the Cryptococcus neoformans. Now the second is the yeast-like fungi. The yeast-like fungi represent here that the fungi has the yeast characteristic in simultaneously it has the characteristic of yeast, and simultaneously it has the characteristic of fungi. Means it has the budding structure and the mycelial structure as well. Okay, they grow the partially yeast as the partially elongated cells. That elongated cells resemblance as the hyphae, so that name is the pseudomycelium, or you can say the pseudohyphae. Okay, here the elongated chains, okay, the bud remain attached to the mother cell, and by repetitive budding forming a chain of elongated cell are known as pseudohyphae. Means these are the elongated chains, and it forms as the hypha, and it's just budding formation attached, and continuously it forms like a chain like manner, and that complete structure is known as the pseudohyphae. That example is the Candida albicans. Second, this is the second is we have completed, and third one is the dimorphic fungi. As the dimorphism show, it means the fungi shows the two type of the morphology. One type is the yeast, and second type is the fungi morphology. It depends on the temperature. Sometimes it shows the yeast form, and sometimes it shows the mycelial form. Generally, it's a pathogenic. Okay, the pathogenic fungi is generally shows such kind of the dimorphic fungi. Generally, it's a temperature dependent phenomena. It has seen that the 37 degrees Celsius form as the yeast form, and the 25 degrees Celsius it show the mycelial form. Okay, the example is that the Histoplasm capsulatum, Blastomyces dermatitis, and the Penicillium marneffi. Okay, the fourth one is the filamentous fungi, that is also named as the mold. Okay, here the same is that all the structures as a eukaryotic cells is the same, but it has the body's thallus-like. Okay, the body is just like the thallus, and the body is formed with the intervivent mycelium, just like the myceliums, and the complete structure is known as the thallus structure. The mycelia the mycelia has the three type of the mycelia: aseptate, septate uninucleate, and the septate multinucleated. Let's see how is the mycelium. Suppose that this is the mycelium and this is the aseptate mycelium. Second one, septated uninucleated, means the septa is present but the nucleus is one. Third one is the septated multinucleated. Here the septa is present but the nucleus is multinucleated. Okay, so three type of the mycelia are present. Now the cell wall, as we know, the cell wall of the fungi is made with the chitin, cell membrane is the protein and lipid, and the cytoplasm is the colloidal structure. Here I have drawn the structure of the mold. This is the outer structure, cell wall, it's the microbodies, and the nucleus is surrounded by the membrane. Nucleolus is present inside the nucleus, ribosomes, lipid body, endoplasmic reticulum, and other cell organelles also present. You can draw here the mitochondria also. Okay, you can hear the mitochondria also. Means all the cell organelles which are the membrane bound you can draw here. Okay, vacuoles, the vacuole is the just a storage organ. Okay, here the membrane of the vacuoles is known as the tonoplast, and the mitochondria, as we know, it's a respiratory site or the energy production site, and the energy is produced in the form of the ATP. Second is the nucleus, is the true nucleus. It is surrounded with the nucleus, okay, surrounded with the nuclear membrane. Example is the Aspergillus, Penicillium, Mucor, and the Rhizopus. Now we will study about the systematic classification. In that we will study about the Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and the Deuteromycetes. Now come to the systematic classification. In that systematic classification, we will study about the Phycomycetes is the 4 class. In the systematic classification, the fungi group is divided into the 4 classes: Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and the fungi imperfecti. Okay, or you can say it's a Deuteromycetes. So first we will study about the Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes has some groups. There are so many, but in some books they have referred as a Phycomycetes plus as named as the Zygomycetes also. Here it is named, it is a lower fungi, and that hypha or mycelium is the non-septate hypha, and it's a cenocytic, means it's a multinucleated stage. Here it's a mostly aquatic fungi. Okay, so the fungi, if it's present in the aquatic, it seems like the algae. Okay, so it's also named as the algal fungi also. Okay, so it's also named as the algal fungi also. Here the asexual spore is the sporangiospore. Okay, sporangiospore is present within the swollen sac structure called the sporangium. Just like a swollen structure is present, that structure is known as the sporangium, and in the sporangium the spores are present, that is named as the sporangiospore. The sexual reproduction is the through the gametangial copulation, means the sexual reproduction method is the gametangial copulation. We will separate study in this continuation. In this lecture we will study about the reproduction also. In that time you will easily understood what is the gametangial copulation and what type of the reproduction it's named as. Okay, and the example is the Phytophthora infestans, Pythium, and the Albugo candida. There are so many examples, but I have written here some of them. Second group is the Ascomycetes. Ascomycetes is also named as the sac fungi. Here the sac means one sac like, means big bulge or like a structure, or sac like a structure is present, that is why it is named as the sac fungi also. The mycelia is the septate and branched. The mycelia is the branched, okay, and the septate also. Here these are the saprophytic decomposers. Saprophytic decomposer means they present or they grow on the organic material, okay, and the parasitic and the caprophilous. Caprophilous means they grow on the dung, okay, means they grow on the dung. That phenomena is known as the caprophilous, okay. The sexual spore is the ascospore within the sac-like structure. There's a bulb sac-like structure is present, and on that sac-like structure the ascus is present, okay. And that ascus, generally each ascus contains the 4 to 8 ascospores. Okay, generally that ascus has the 4 to 8 ascospores structure is present. The asexual spores are named as the conidiophores. Okay, the examples are the Penicillium, Aspergillus, and Claviceps. The third group, that is the Basidiomycetes. Here the Basidiomycetes is also termed as the club fungi. Okay, it's a club fungi, means it has the big club like structure, so that is named as a club fungi. Here the mycelia is the branched and the septate, as is present as in the Ascomycetes also. Okay, in the Ascomycetes the mycelia are branched and the septa. And the septa is present. Okay, here the main that unique phenomena is that the presence of dolypore septum. What is the dolypore septum? Here the dolypore septum and the septa. Suppose that is the septa. Here this is a septa, but due to that some that force or the some particular structure, that septa is just formed, just like a bulge structure is formed here. Just like a open mouth structure is formed, and that particular phenomena is known as the dolypore septum. Okay, and the different hypha, okay, the branched hypha are connected with this type of the structure, and that structure is known as the clamp connection. Okay, and the asexual reproduction here, the asexual reproduction here is just the asexual reproduction is takes place not by any kind of the spore, but only just by the fragmentation. Okay, here the asexual reproduction method is the fragmentation. The sexual reproduction is by the basidiospore. Okay, here example is the Puccinia, Astilogo, Agaricus. You can include more and more examples if you have. Okay, now the fourth example, the fourth class is the Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes is also named as the fungi imperfecti. Why is it named so? Because it has the it is absent. The sexual reproduction is absent. The fungi imperfecta is named so as the sexual reproduction is absent in that particular class. That is why it is named as a Deuteromycetes. Previously, it was not included in this fungi group. Okay, but it has some characteristic with the fungi, it has a similar structure with the fungi, but the sexual reproduction is absent. That is why it is known as the fungi imperfect type. Means it has the fungi characteristic, but it has some imperfections in the fungi structure also. Okay, here the mycelia is the septate and the branched. Asexual reproduction is with the help of the conidia formations. Conidia formations, small conidial structures are present, which are just emerge out from the mycelia. So that structure is known as the conidia. Here are the examples are the Alternaria soloni, Coleotrichium, Falcatum, and the Cerosospora personota. Here we have completed the morphological classification. Now we will study about the reproduction and the cultivation of the fungi. Now come to the reproduction part. Here the reproduction occur in 3 types in the fungi. First is the vegetative, second is the asexual, and the sexual reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is occur generally by the fragmentation, budding, and the fission. Okay, fragmentation means the filament break into parts, into different parts due to some circumstances, and these parts which are having nucleus parts, some pieces of the nucleus, if it has, then this can survive and form a new fungal filament. Okay, so here the fungal filament break into the small pieces due to any reason. Now these fragments form a new fungal filament. Second is the budding part. Budding means the small protuberance or the small extra that growth, overgrowth you can say, are emerge out from the parent cell, and the nucleus is divided, and after dividation the nucleus migrate into the bud. In the yeast, or we can say the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, the budding is very much common. Fission. If the parent cell is split into 2 daughter cells, suppose that this is the fungus filament and this is split into 2 parts and form the 2 new filament, it is known as the fission. Okay, now the vegetative reproduction is completed. Now come for the asexual reproduction. In the asexual reproduction occur through the different type of spores, and these spores are formed through the mitosis. Here in the asexual reproduction, 2 types of the spores occur. 2 types of the spores are formed. First is the vegetative spore and second is the aerial spore. Here the vegetative spore are, the first form of the vegetative spore is the blastospore. The blastospore are formed by the budding. Okay, if it is the parent body, the budding is formed from the parent cell as in the yeast. Okay, and such kind of the spore are known as the blastospore. Example is the Candida albicans. Second is the arthrospore. If the arthrospore means that in the hypha, that and this is the if in the septa is present in the mycelium or hypha, that cross septa is formed. Suppose that this is that black color are the septas, and that against cross septas are formed. So such kind of the structure, this complete structure is formed, and these are highly resistive. Okay, so such that formed by the production of many cross septas inside the hypha in the production of rectangular thick walled vegetative spore. Okay, generally these kind of the spores are highly infectious. Okay, so such kind of the spore which are formed through the cross septa formation in the hypha itself, so these are known as the arthrospore. Third one is the chlamydospore. The chlamydospore are the thick walled resistant spore. These are generally formed in the that hyphal segmentation or hyphal condensation. Okay, here the hypha condensed at a certain points or maybe at the apical part. So such hypha or condensed hypha form a new spore, and that is named as the chlamydospore. Here the example is the Candida albicans. Now second one is the aerial spores. The aerial spore, first is the conidia spore. The conidia is just as an outgrowth. It's a just outgrowth of the mycelium. Okay, and this cell is divided terminally, and such conidiospores are present on the surface of the conidia. Okay, thus these spores occur singly or in the groups. These are the specialized structure are the conidiophore, and the spores are called the conidiospores. Okay, generally the example is the aspergillus and the penicillium. Okay, means they the that conidiospores are present at the terminal part, or we can say outer part of the conidiophore. Conidiophore are the structure which bear the conidiospores. Second is the zoospore or the eplenospore. The terminal end of the sporophore. That sporophore means the structure which are having or developed as the sporangia. Okay, so a sac-like structure is formed, that is the sporangia. Here that is the sporophore, and its terminal part is developed as a sac-like structure, and that sac-like structure is known as the sporangium. In the sporangium, the cells is divided internally, and two types of the spores are formed, motile spore and non-motile spore. These motile spores are having the flagella. From the green color I have drawn here, if the that flagella having if the spores having the flagella, they are categorized as the motile spore, and if they are having not such kind of the flagella or any kind of the motile organ, they are named as the non-motile spores, or we can say eplenospore. Okay, so the motile spore is known as the zoospore, motile spore is known as the zoospore, and the non-motile spore is named as the eplenospore. Okay, now we will discuss about the sexual reproduction and the cultivation of the fungi. This is the last part of the fungi, that video. Okay, now we are going to study about the sexual reproduction. In the sexual reproduction, generally 4 types of the spores are formed. These are oospore, zygospore, basidiospore and the ascospore. Okay, why is these are named as sexual reproduction? Why is it so? The first question you have to rise in your mind. First thing is that why it is called the sexual reproduction? Because the two fungal phylum, two mycelium are involved. One is the male mycelium and second is the female mycelium. Okay, so here first is the oospore. Here the oospore, in the oospore form, in the oospore sexual reproduction, oospores are formed, which are formed by the union of non-motile oosphere with the male nucleus. First, in the mycelium, one mycelium behave as the antheridium, where the male nucleus is formed, and second fungal hyphae behave like the oogonium, in which the nucleus behave like the female nucleus, or we can say egg cell. They both get fused after the plasmogamy and the karyogamy. These male nucleus and the female nucleus fuse to each other, and the diploid zygote is formed, which is non-motile, and that is named as the oospore. After this oospore formation, the meiosis occur, and whatever spores form, they will germinate and produce the separate mycelium. Okay. Second is the zygospore. In the zygospore, two mycelium or two hypha are protruded at their surfaces. It is known as the progametangia. Here the progametangia behave just here the septa is formed and the nucleus is divided multiply and the gametangia is formed. That gametangia fused by the plasmogamy, and that fusion after the plasmogamy karyogamy occur. So due to the karyogamy, the diploid zygote or zygospore is formed, and after this diploid zygote, meiosis occur and spores are formed. This is named as the zygospore, and after zygospore formation, the mycelium get germinated. It's a sexual spore formed due to the fusion of two similar gametes, means the gametes are same. Third one is the ascospore. Here the two mycelium get fused on their apical point of view, and the dicaryonic condition occur. At that particular that mycelium or the septal stage, when at that particular septa where the dicaryonic stage occur, that bulge the bulge is protruded, and that form is known as the ascogenous hypha, and that these dicaryonic condition, that these both nucleus approach towards the ascogenous hypha, and that is known as the ascus, and where the fusion of the nucleus occur and the diploid nucleus or zygote is formed. Then the meiosis occur and ascospores is formed. After the germination of ascospore, that they both separate mycelia are formed. Okay. Fourth is the basidiospore. In the basidiospore, two separate mycelia are fused and the dicaryonic condition occur. But the difference here from the ascospore is that in each septal stage, dichorionic condition occur. In the ascus, only one septal stage has the dichorionic, but in the basidiospores, every septa has the dichorion with the help of clamp connection. Means this nucleus goes this septa, this nucleus goes this septa. So this become dichorion, this become dichorion. Okay. After the dichorionic condition, these nucleus go into the basidium and the nucleus go into the fusion part, and that is known as the karyogamy. After the karyogamy, the meiosis occur and basidiospores are formed on the and these basidiospore approach the basidium at their terminal part. Okay, so basidiospores are formed, and after germination they will form the separate mycelium. Now the last part is the cultivation, and after that we will complete this lecture. Now come to the last part of this lecture, that is the cultivation of fungi. The cultivation of fungi basically at the lower pH, it's a very low pH is required, okay, and generally the temperature range is at 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Generally the fungi grow more slowly than the bacteria, and the temperature, if we are keeping the temperature 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, the incubation days or duration is for 21 days. Okay, so that is why they grow more slowly as compared to bacteria. Generally the best medium is the suborage agar, which generally contain the peptone, because the peptone and the glucose contained medium are more suitable for the fungal growth. Okay, so suborage agar, it's mainly used for the fungal cultivation, and was discovered by the Ramona Sabot in 1892. Okay, and other mediums are brain heart infusion agar and the Zapak agar medium. So generally the fungus are more slowly as compared to bacteria. They grow at 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, and they grow at the lower pH, means on the acidic pH. Here we have completed our lecture. I hope you have enjoyed my lecture. Any doubt, kindly ask me in the comment section. Otherwise, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.